Imagine a classroom where students are not just passive listeners but active participants, collaborating, questioning, and discovering together. Traditional teaching methods once provided structure and clarity, yet they often stifled curiosity and engagement. Once, educators relied solely on lecture-based learning and rote memorization, imposing a rigid framework that left little room for creative thought. These methods laid a sound foundation. However, they sometimes confined learners within narrow boundaries. Structured lesson planning brought order to the classroom, organizing content and setting clear goals. In its time, this approach ensured essential concepts were covered systematically. But today, we recognize that a purely teacher-centered strategy can limit student interaction and hinder critical thinking. The story of education now unfolds between tradition and innovation. A growing question challenges us. How do we evolve teaching into an experience that ignites minds? We step into a narrative that reveals both the challenges of the past and the promise of a revitalized future. The traditional classroom, while respectable in its discipline, faces inherent limitations. Its focus on information delivery leaves learners yearning for a deeper, more interactive experience. The conflict is clear. Outdated methods struggle to meet the dynamic needs of modern students, whose hunger for active involvement remains unfulfilled. Educators are increasingly recognizing that a shift is necessary. This realization has led to the adoption of innovative teaching strategies that break down barriers and encourage first-hand exploration. Modern teaching methodologies usher in a new era where technology integration, active engagement, and collaborative efforts transform learning. Digital tools invite educators to weave interactive simulations and online quizzes into their lesson plans, sparking curiosity in every student. These technologies, paired with inquiry-based learning techniques, allow students to drive their investigations and construct personal understandings of complex topics. Short, impactful, effective. The modern classroom is a space where ideas flourish through collaboration. Group work and dynamic discussions create an environment ripe for critical thought and creative problem-solving. Educators become facilitators who spark debate, encourage exploration, and nurture independent inquiry. The lessons transcend mere information absorption, evolving into exercises of real-world application and analytical skill. Technology has redefined education by offering adaptable learning tools that cater to diverse styles. Multimedia resources and virtual simulations capture attention and foster vivid, lasting impressions. These digital instruments empower educators to balance structure with innovation seamlessly. In this new paradigm, lesson plans are enriched with interactive elements that inspire curiosity as much as they inform. Students immerse themselves in experiences that encourage questions, exploration, and discovery. Educational theory supports the notion that active engagement builds stronger neural connections and deeper understanding. When learners work together, they challenge one another's perspectives, learn from mistakes, and build confidence in expressing original ideas. The classroom transforms as inclusivity takes center stage. Every student, regardless of background or ability, benefits from strategies that recognize individual potential. Inclusive approaches ensure that teaching adapts to meet diverse needs, celebrating each unique mind and empowering every learner. Educators are no longer just transmitters of knowledge, but champions of growth and change. In classrooms that integrate traditional wisdom with modern innovations, the future becomes bright and full of promise. Traditional methods laid our foundation, highlighting structure and clear goals. Innovations now breathe life into these structures, inviting active participation and thoughtful inquiry. The journey from conventional practices to innovative strategies is not without its challenges. Yet each step taken in the pursuit of a more inclusive and engaging educational experience breathes hope and motivation into every academic encounter. Educators are called to reflect on their methods, embracing changes that serve both structure and creativity. This is an era of transformation. Embrace change. Inspire progress. Embrace these innovative teaching strategies to transform your classroom into a dynamic and inclusive learning environment.